As you wish. At once. Of course. Right away. I can do that. As you wish. At once. How may I serve? Right away. I can do that. As you wish. At once. Of course. Right away. I can do that. At once. Of course. Right away. I can do that.
The moon cries for you.
The moon cries for you.
Cries for
The
you.
moon cries for you. The moon cries for you.
Cries for you.
Right away. I can do that.
The moon cries. The moon cries. Well, hello there. Good to see you out and about. Seems there's been a shocking development or two. Is there something I can get for you? In the flesh, so to speak. I'm just hanging around here, serving drinks from beyond the grave. All in a day's work for Bellamy Lightfingers. You look terrible. It's the demons, isn't it? These aren't your normal starving, no-skills, hit-like-a-pillow-fight demons. They're slaughtering us like animals. You most of all. Haven't you done enough? You let me die. Gil, Neddy, all the others. You've assembled a ragtag band of adventurers to what? Save the world? This is where we go when our roles are played out. When we've done all we can. We are all siblings in purpose, if not by blood. It has been said for a century or more, by worse people and older beings than you. For now, let us sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And if you see Bryn, tell her, the moon cries for you.
What is that supposed to mean? It is not.
Blast it. Another bloody nightmare. They're getting worse, I tell you.
I think it's safe to say that you and Jarhild are the only ones having the nightmares. They must be related to your guild's link with Belafos.
Sounds like a fair assumption to me.
I mean, I've done some crazy stuff. But allying with a demon? Oh, seriously? Wow.
Right. We can't blame them. Anyone could fall for a trick like that.
Ain't that the truth?
We were supposed to report to Saranel this morning. He said he'd meet us at the Cutlass.
I could use a bit of a drink myself.
I just hope we don't have to go looking for him again.
I can't help the feeling that we're in for a long day.
Hey, I were about to go looking for you. Hoping you might have a moment to chat. I got a letter from an old buddy of mine named Thoradin from back before when I met Liddy. He wants to meet in the Cutlass sometime, to catch up, you know. Now, back when I knew him, I wasn't the paragon of politeness and virtue you see before you today. No, I did some things I wasn't proud of. And let me put it this way, I don't think Liddy would like who I was back then. I know I didn't. This old friend. I know he's going to ask a favour. But he saved my life back when it wasn't worth saving. I think I owe it to him to hear him out. A grand tale of bad decisions and youthful stupidity. When I was just getting started out, I ran into some trouble. I felt like I had something to prove. So I did what anyone in my position would do. I tried to steal from ship Bareham. Second largest pirate ship in Luskan. They and the other ships pretty much control things here in these parts, so I, of course, figured I'd go and steal from them. Anyway, I broke into their headquarters, and I saw this fantastic dagger just lying there, only protected by several locks and an array of poison needle traps. Child's play. So I took it. Later I found out it belonged to High Captain Bareham himself. Silly me. They were ready to skin me alive. But Thoradin had contacts within Bareham, and he talked my way out of it. So I owe him. Thanks. You know, I don't care what anyone says. You're not so bad. Ha! Thoradin used to say that to me. I guess I'd best get some sleep. We've got a lot to do. I will say this. I wouldn't join your guild, even if it weren't pretty much destroyed right now. No upside in dealing with demons. Ah, it's not much of a tale. I was born in Westgate, near the Sea of Fallen Stars. My family were traders. They'd moved out of East Rift and sought a home among the humans. My father made a lot of coin very quickly there, mostly doing things he shouldn't have been doing, bribing officials for shipping contracts, smuggling goods into and out of town, that sort of thing. My mother never approved of my father's business. From the day she found out what we were up to, she started making contingency plans. She wasn't going to let Pa's problems bleed over into family. She was. I'm alive because of her. Finally, my father's sturges came home to roost. They were murdered by rivals. And my mother took my siblings and I, hopped on a caravan, and moved us all the way west to the City of Sails. And there we have it. How a fine young dwarf like me got mixed up in a place like Luskan. You know, this really takes me back. But I have some sleeping and resting that needs doing. Maybe we could wax nostalgic another time. Don't be a stranger.
Was hoping you'd a moment to talk. I'll keep this short. Me mother's in town, and she's looking for me. Usually I just ignore her, but Shivani says she seems pretty bloody upset. I'd appreciate it if we could go talk to her. Beats me. I'm told she says me brother and sister have gone missing, but they do that all the time, trying to start some business or other. Best that we go see what she wants before she takes down the whole bleeding city of Luskan looking for me. I'm not sure I trust that ghost when he says the guild's free of demonic influence. I suggest we watch each other for anything out of the ordinary. Aye, we haven't had a chance to talk very much since she joined up, have we? Me family goes way back to Mithril Hall, if you believe that. Our family scattered from there after Shimmergloom attacked. And we returned when King Battlehammer signed the treaty with the Many Arrow Orcs. Aye, we were smiths. I know, be still your heart, but we were good. Me clan got the name Stoneforge because it says me ancestor could forge stone into a blade fit for battle. Why you'd want to do that, I'll never know. Me ma and da left for Mirabar just before I was born. Looking to expand the family business, they said. Too much competition from other smiths, I say. Me da was anything but stupid, that's for sure. We made good coin there, and we made a name for ourselves in Mirabar. I worked in the forge as a wee lass, swinging a hammer right alongside me da. Funny remembering it now. I'm not sure I hated it as much as I thought I did. Well, I need to get a bite to eat. Maybe we'll find some time to talk later. Don't be a stranger.
As you wish.
Hey, I wondered if I could, bend your ear for a moment. Something came up and I might need your help. You know how I was training with the Harples before they kicked me out? After I raised some zombies I shouldn't have. Anyway, well, ever since Mafferel passed away, I've been thinking. I need to get back on track with my studies. And as great as it is chasing down demons with you, well, it's not exactly going to get me my big, tall, intimidating tower in the centre of an unforgiving wasteland, is it? That's the sort of thing a wizard needs, if people are going to respect him. Right, and you see where that got him. Dead, that's where. Though death isn't a place, so it should be that's what. But that wouldn't make sense with the... Oh, whatever. I want people to respect me. I received a letter from a woman named Dagatha. Before you ask, neither my mother, sister, or lover. Though, with a name like Dagatha, she's probably really into smart young wizards. Anyway, she said she's working for a book collector in Luskan and that she has a tome I might like to see. Something that could help me develop as a user of magic. Well, she sounded really smart in the letter. And why would anyone want to trick me? I'm no one. I mean, unless they were trying to get to you, but really, who'd want to do that? We'll go talk to Dagatha, maybe read a book or two, and we're done. Back to fighting demons and saving the Sword Coast. No harm, no foul. I'd really appreciate it if we can find the time. If not, I guess I'll just cry myself to sleep at night, that's all. Where should I begin? Well, I was born in a small village near Longsaddle, to very young parents who were farmers just because their own parents had been farmers and had all died the winter before. No, they all killed each other. An ancient family feud. Very tragic, really. My ma told me it started over the ownership of an enormous tomato and grew from there, as these things do. When I was born, my ma and da hoped I'd be able to help them out on the farm, but really they'd have been better off hiring a farmhand. It's like they didn't realise I'd be born as a baby and not as a strapping lad of 13 years. Sure, I like parents. Mine were just a little dim, that's all. You might not know it to look at me now, but I was a scrawny child, and I was of little use on the farm. I tried very hard, but I never really took to manual labour. So my parents did what I believe any other loving parents in their situation would do. They sought around for someone willing to trade. A son for a son. And the next thing I knew, I met my Uncle Kipper. You know, remembering all that now, I'm starting to think that maybe my parents weren't as loving as I once thought. If you don't mind, I'd rather like some time to think. As mentors go, Mafferel was pretty great. I mean, he did sometimes act like he hated me or he thought I was stupid, but I could tell it was all an act. There was the one time he threatened to pull out my soul and attach it to a doorstop, but I rather deserved it. Ancient Netherese scrying crystals don't come cheap, you know. All right, you know where to find me.
At once. Of course.